Let me show you around my school. Oh, there is our school bus. School bus. School bus. This is my school. There are a gym, an art room, a music room, a science room, a nurse's office, a cafeteria, and many classrooms. School. School. We have PE class in the gym. 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 We have art class in the art room. Art room. Art room. We have music class in the music room. Music room. Music room. We have science class in the science room. Science room. Science room. When you feel sick, you can rest in the nurse's office. Nurse's office. Nurse's office. We have lunch in the cafeteria. 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 This is our classroom. We study together here. There are a blackboard, chalks, desks, chairs, and a bulletin board. Classroom. Classroom. Blackboard. Blackboard. Chalk. Chalk. Desk. Chair. Desk. Chair. Bulletin board. Bulletin board. We learn a lot from our teacher. 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 We are good students. Student. Student. These are my classmates. Classmate. Classmate. My school is the best. Review.
School. School bus. Gym. Art room. Music room. Science room. Nurse's office. Cafeteria. Classroom. Blackboard. Chalk. Desk. Chair. Bulletin board. Teacher. Student. Classmate.
All right, guys, I'm gonna tell you good evening, everybody. The video that I imagine everybody just watched last time that we have classes is just to introduce you a little bit about what we are gonna be doing today. The idea is, yes, we are gonna go on learning about places, people, and issues about these places around school. All right, so what we are gonna do, we are gonna start a little bit with the presentation we use in our last class, and then if we have enough time, I think we will. We are gonna have an activity. Just let's see, because you know what's problem with time is just so little that we never have enough to do more things, okay? But we are gonna try. Let's try to do it. Guys, I'm gonna start sharing my screen again with all of you. This way, we are gonna start with the presentation we watched because it was unfinished. When I say unfinished, it's because obviously, guys, we didn't finish it all. I mean, it's uncompleted. Is pending. All right, so let's get started. The idea is, remember, we are going to be studying about places like the library, what happened in this area. We can find the books. We need reference books to do our homework. Who works in this area? The librarian. You know, we already said that. I'm going to show you the other place. This is the staff room. When I say the staff room, is the place where all the teachers gather around. This is like a private area. It's only for teachers, and you can find there. Sometimes they are grading exams, or they are talking and drinking a coffee. Okay, very good. What happened in this area, what I just mentioned, and I mentioned already, is teachers. Okay, very good. Another is the PE. We already explained that. Is the sure way, as we say, physical education. All right, so we say PE hall. If you see what happened in this area is where everybody work out, do physical activity, competitions, tournaments, championships, you know. And who we can find here? Obviously, students or competitors, challengers, as you want to mention them, but also the training or the coach. I mean, the main guy who is trying to lead the team and try then to win. Okay, very good. Assembly hall. This is a very interesting place. Many times we go here because there's like a meeting where everybody needs to be said important information that maybe at school they need to tell us. Sometimes, as I tell you, is like place, you know, and you can just go and take pictures sometime when it's your graduation. Sometimes the assembly hall is also used to make that event. And sometimes people, whoa, okay, throw, okay, that incredible prom head and say goodbye to school, okay? That is the assembly hall. Okay, another is toilets. Necessary, you know, sometimes it's disturbing because, for example, for teachers, this is sometimes annoying is the word. Annoying is not good when you are in the middle of your class and sometimes a student very repeatedly they interrupt the class just to say exactly the same. Teacher, go to the restroom. Okay, Jimenez, you can go. 5 minutes later, teacher, may I go to the restroom? Oh my gosh, okay, Mr. Agudelo, you can go. All right, and the whole class sometimes is like that. Sometimes I bother or tease my students, telling them that their blenders are like a pea, you know, pretty small, because every 5 minutes they've got the necessity to go to the toilet, the restroom. What is your problem? If you have a class, go to the toilet before the class. Don't interrupt the class to tell the teacher that you need to pee. You know, hey, please. Yeah, okay, let's go on. Who you can find there? Okay, actually inside a toilet is very hard because it's a private place. But if you find somebody, surely obviously are students or maybe the cleaner, the janitor, the person who clean the place, the toilets, clean the mirrors and the wash basin and everything there. So this is what happened and who maybe you can find there. I'm gonna show you another. All right, this is the schoolyard. Incredible place because when the bell rings, everybody immediately horse round, rush up to go to the schoolyard. In the schoolyard in Colombia, most of the time you can find the cafeteria. All right, sometimes people go straight to the cafeteria, or sometimes they go immediately to play, especially when you are a child, children especially, wow, they are all time eager to play anything. All right, so a schoolyard is good. Who can be there? Teachers, students, the principal, a security guard or the school guard if the school's got one, you know, but basically is the whole school together. You know, everybody is around this place and at the break time moment, you know. All right, let's go on the canteen. I already explained to you last class, this is British English. American people would never ever mention this word. Yeah, it sounds nice, you know, because in Spanish you say like cantina, you know, but canteen is in American English, of course. You said cafeteria, you know. So who is at the cafeteria? The cafeteria worker, the cafeteria attendant. You know, so he's the person who say, hi, what would you like to eat? You know, you ask for anything you want to eat, you give the money, and it's this person who get the money and give you the change and obviously give you what you're gonna eat. Okay, is the cafeteria. A nice place. Sometimes is I remember back in my time, very sunny day and you lining up with you very slow workers there and you're very hungry and desperate because you know, guys, that time is very short. When we talk about the break time at school, is never more than 20 minutes or 30 minutes if you're very lucky. Okay, so time matters and matters a lot, especially when you are at school. All right, so I'm gonna say canteen, but I'm gonna remind you again that please try to say cafeteria, because it's American English. You know, very good. I'm gonna move it on. All right, what happened? I already mentioned it, and who were there? I already did it as well. Okay, we are talking, guys, tonight. Remember, our intention is the different areas inside the school. What happened there? And who maybe works or who maybe we can find there, you know. Okay, so let's go on, and the next one is, oh my gosh, the principal's office. Man, let me tell you something. This place is great. Maybe you are lucky enough, and maybe, guys, you are called because you are an example for the school community. And you are very, very intelligent. Guys, if some of you got the microphone, Valerie, please don't forget to mute the microphones. Okay, so if you are called at principal's office, it comes few possible situations. Situation number one, woo, you're gonna be congratulated because you are the best student at school. If that is your case, wow, congratulations too, you know. But sometimes when you're called at the principal's office is because you are in a serious business. I mean, problem did water. You've got an issue. You know, maybe you did something. Maybe you were caught cheating on the exam. Maybe you are bullying a classmate. And you are in a terrible problem. So maybe your parents gotta come to school, talk to the principal, and they gotta make an agreement. They gotta make a commitment. Let's start, guys, with the vocabulary. Teacher, what vocabulary you mean? I mean the vocabulary that sometimes we call it in the class. Sometimes, guys, I know, okay, teacher, forget it, okay, obviously, guys, you know, but yeah, I'm gonna just erase some of these words, and we are gonna write some of interesting one that maybe we find. All right, so let me, if I remember, what is what we're talking about, okay, because sometimes teacher also forget it. Okay, so we are talking about the principal office. So if your parents are called because you have a problem at school, so they're gonna come like a commitment. What is a commitment? Un compromiso. You know, sometimes students and parents sign sign, sorry guys, sign the commitment, firman el acuerdo, you know, and the student is gonna have some time that he or she's gonna be watched out or checked all time to see if maybe academically or his or her behavior improve. All right, sometimes you can be a very excellent student, you know, but sometimes your behavior, your attitude is not so good. Maybe you're very intelligent, but you like to every day to fight at school, you know, or maybe you're doing something that is not good. You are maybe bullying, or you are maybe you know, selling the students exams answers, you know, that is not good. Things like that. You know, sometimes when you are a teenager, you commit stupid things, but that is normal. It's the process of growing, you know, and sometimes you gotta go to the principal office. I remember I had to go several times when I was a teenager too. And when you go to the principal office, guys, you know that something terrible is gonna happen, you know. Sometimes you're gonna be expelled out of school. You know, I'm gonna write down the word expel, spell out. You know, in English, spell out is ser expulsado. Okay, or as American people say, kick out, o como diría un americano de la calle, que lo pusieron de patitas, lo sacaron como a un, okay, I'm not gonna say those words. All right, teacher, don't mention that. Okay, good, but you already know what teacher mean. Okay, so please don't forget the vocabulary. Okay, so please, if you are a student, promise me something. Promise me something. If you're gonna be cool at the principal office, it's just because you are such a good student that the principal is gonna congratulate you, or is gonna give you like an scholarship. Can you imagine? Say you, Mariana Torres, for being such a good student, you're gonna be on a scholarship. What? Yes, you're gonna have a scholarship. You can choose the career you want and the university you want, and it's not necessary for you to pay anything because you're gonna have a scholarship. Scholarship in Spanish es una beca. If you are good student, if you are good student, hey, good, you pass all the exams, you come early and you're very punctual, you hand in your reports in time, and let's say generally you are a good example for others in the classroom. Okay, but if you are extremely intelligent, for example, in the ICFES proof, that is a national exam that all students in Colombia gotta take, is a mandatory, is compulsory, is not optional. Yes, it's optional, but if you are thinking about going to university, you're not gonna enter to university if you don't have the ICFES proof. All right, definitely you can't. All right. But what about if you are such an intelligent student that your ICFES score, puntaje del ICFES score, I'm going to write it down, the word, the ICFES score is so good, is so impressive that ICFES decide to give you a scholarship. For example, if you ask me, teacher, in the years you've been working as a teacher, how many times you've seen students getting a scholarship? Many times, because I have been working this English project, especially in 2 main schools in Armenia. One of them is Normal Superior del Quindío. The other is CAS. Normal Superior del Quindío got incredible student. I've known many ones getting a scholarship to study, and others at CAS. students who go to Italy, Portugal. I have seen students in London, United States. I've had students who won international scholarships. Imagine. Okay, they are so intelligent. So that is why I tell my students, something that surely we have to bear in mind, if maybe we get a scholarship, is necessary to speak English. If you get a scholarship, for example, to go to Italy or France or maybe Germany, Portugal, places like that, it doesn't matter if maybe you don't speak the official language in that country. But if you speak English, you can move like a fish into the water. That is why it's necessary that you speak English. If you do it, it's like to have like a magical key. As I have mentioned to you, it's gonna be easier to get a job. It's gonna be easier to enter, to study at university because you speak the language. Things like that can happen in your life because of it. Okay, so guys, if you're gonna be called at the principal office, it's because, guys, you're very intelligent and you're gonna get a scholarship. Not because you've got problems. I mean, I don't imagine you're not troublesome. Okay, I'm gonna write it down. Look at the word troublesome. You know what is troublesome? So sorry, I'm gonna just remove this letter. Troublesome in Spanish is un busca pleitos, un pendenciero, or if you want, un peleonero. All right, yeah, it's very normal. Bullies are troublesome people. Yeah, because they never leave alone people that never are doing anything to them. You know, it's like, hey, what to you? That guy is silent. He's not giving you any trouble. Why you're gonna go and try to bully him? Okay, I don't understand, but hey, guys, there are cases at school. Okay, so are you a troublesome student? Or are you an easy going student? Okay, that is a good question. You know, back in time when I used to be at school, I was never a bully, never. But I remember that I never had problems to have a fight. All right, so I was troublesome in the sense that, hey, I was never looking for a problem, but if a problem just got me, I was just ready. You know, so I say, gosh, man, I remember that was why I was called several times at the principal office. And I remember my parents at the principal office all the time, okay, just Mr. Agudelo, you know, my gosh, this is hard to say, but your son's got a terrible behavior this morning, blah, blah, blah. And I remember, I say, wow. And now I am a teacher. God exists. Can you see? This is karma. This is called karma. Karma, yeah, is when you do bad things and bad things come back to you. I am a good example because I was a terrible student in the sense that I was a little bit troublesome. And now I am a teacher. Oh gosh, man. All right, maybe my next life. All right, guys, let's move it on. Principal office, vice principal. Vice is like in Spanish, el coordinador. Is the second power guy in charge at school. Sometimes you talk to the vice principal several times when you have a problem, and when the problem grows like a snowball, then, sorry, you're gonna be called to the principal office. But obviously, before that to happen, you're gonna be first called at least twice or maybe 3 times at the vice principal office. Hey guys, if you're called twice or 3 times, it's because you are a real, you know, pain in the neck. All right, I'm gonna write down the expression because it's good. Okay, a pain in the neck. Okay, if maybe your mother say, Carlitos, yes, mom, you're a real pain in the neck. In Spanish is, wow, Carlitos, tú sí que eres un dolor de cabeza. All right, it's maybe because the person is so terrible that you say, oh gosh, okay, I just can't deal with this any longer. All right, very good. I'm gonna just move it and show you another. Don't forget, hey, who is at the vice principal office? Hey, the vice principal. What happened there? Problem solutions all the time. The vice principal all the time is dealing with problems at school, problems at school, problems at school. At least, obviously, guys, I'm not telling the principal job is easy, never ever. Hey, but if you see carefully, the worst position in school is the vice principal, you know, because all the time this guy is solving problems all the time, you know. Sometimes it's hard job, guys. Okay, you don't imagine how much. Okay, I'm gonna just move it on, and next is classroom. Classroom is perfect. It's the place where all students are gathered around just together, spending an incredible time for learning, time for teaching, time for sharing, because it's sharing all the moment. They are sharing, and this is just nice. The teacher is there in front of the class, the board, maybe the projector, or video beam, and you are learning, giving your class. This is just good. The problem, guys, is nowadays you find many students all the time unconcentrated because they are using your worst and your best friend or enemy. Who is your best friend? Your cell phone. This is great. This is the most incredible invention ever. But at the same time, this is terrible problem. Terrible problem. Why? Because this catch all your attention and make you a zombie all day long. And you don't pay attention that life is around you. Everything is happening around you, but you are so immersed in your cell phone that you don't see life. I don't know. Okay, that is why I tell you is my best friend, but is my worst enemy. Best friend and worst enemy at the same time. That is why the only solution or advice that teachers give you is spend your time wisely. Spend your time wisely. I'm going to write down that expression because it's beautiful. Spend your time wisely. In Spanish es invierte tu tiempo sabiamente. Guys, time is a problem because it's not gonna get back. Never. You live your life once at a time. Once at a time. Every day that is waste is not gonna come back. Okay, every year that passed is not gonna come back. So wake up. Take advantage of your time. And believe me, time is very important. Please spend your time wisely. Spend your time wisely. All right, very good. I'm gonna move on. Please pay attention. The expression, spend your time wisely, because it's a very incredible expression. And sometimes teachers, or not only teachers, also parents. Carlitos, yes, Dad. Carlitos, why all the time you're spending your time, okay, playing video games? Oh, Dad, they are nice. Yes, I understand. But all day long? All weekend long? Every minute, every hour? That is the problem, you know? So please, Carlitos, yeah, Dad, tell me, spend your time wisely. All right, so you know, every moment in your life is important. So do your thing, do your best. That is another very incredible expression in English is do your best. Da lo mejor de ti. Haz lo mejor. Do your best. All right. Don't be a couch potato. All right. In English, couch potato, eso es un flojo que no hace nada. In English, is couch potato. Hey, if your mother say, Carlitos, you're a couch potato. Whoosh, my gosh, man. Shame on you. Shame on you. What is in Spanish? Shame on you. Debería darte vergüenza. Shame on you. Every day on the sofa, just playing video games and doing nothing. Oh man, you are a couch potato. You know, my gosh, man, shame on you, shame on you, shame on you. Hey, imagine the situation. That is why it's necessary to be an active person. Do exercise, okay? Clean your bedroom, organize your closet, okay? Be ready for war, man. And war is life, okay? Because it's necessary to live our life. Can you imagine a life with no responsibilities? Do you think it's perfect? No, it's boring. Okay, if you're gonna live with no responsibilities, guys, you're not gonna be successful, you know? Okay, so if you're gonna be a good challenger in life, you need to train yourself. And how can you train yourself? You train yourself if you start making your setting the table, okay, cleaning your bedroom, organizing your house, you know, helping your mom, being a good student. All right, don't be a couch potato, man. Okay, live your life. Okay, okay, so that is the classroom. I'm not gonna sound like your granny, you know, for things. Gabriel Ospina, no, it's your things. Hey, I'm not your granny, okay, but hey, it's the teacher's advice. You know,
Yeah.
in the future, you're gonna see that I was right. You know, and I was telling you something good. Okay, I'm gonna just go school office, important. I need information. I need to go to the school office because I have a problem and I need maybe a certification, you know, and maybe the secretary is gonna take my information, telephone number, my grade, and exactly what I need. She's gonna just run the errands and maybe have everything ready. She's gonna tell you if you want come back the day after tomorrow, your certification is gonna be ready, you know. Or for example, if you're gonna be on the process of enrollment, I'm gonna write down the word enrollment en el proceso de matrícula, enrollment. You know, and maybe you need to talk to the secretary, okay, give her your documents, everything that is necessary. Maybe if you wanna like a position inside the school, okay, you know that some schools are very hard to get a position because they are very famous. For example, if you try to study at CAS, it's hard to get you know, a position there. Exactly the same happen at Normal because they are famous school, they are good school, and it's very hard. It's easier to get, okay, enrollments in any other public schools in Armenia. These two schools, oh my gosh, they are very on demand, you know, so many students wanna go and study there. It's because the school is good. Okay, that's right, guys. I'm gonna just go. Okay, so what happened in the school office, you know what happened. Okay, you need to do different errands, you know, errands. I'm gonna just write down this vocabulary. Actually, in English, you say to run errands. And in English, to run errands, sorry, in Spanish, es como hacer vueltas. Hacer vueltas. You know, so you run errands because you need to get a position in school. I mean, is your enrollment and maybe the secretary is there. The secretary, where is the secretary? Is at the school office. You know, and you can solve your problem. Okay, I'm gonna just go on, guys. Teacher, Now let's talk about people who help us at school. Okay, this is very important because, hey, the school is important, but can you imagine a school with no people? Okay, what is the point? It's pointless. Okay, it's pointless. I'm gonna write down that word in English, pointless. Es que no tiene sentido. It's pointless, no tiene sentido. Pointless. What is the point? ¿Cuál es el punto? It's pointless. All right, yeah. So let's start talking about people. People who is inside the school. For example, the most important character in the school, obviously, is the teacher. Because the teacher is the sacrifice person. The teacher is the in love person, because when you are a teacher, I mean, I'm talking about good teachers, because obviously, guys, when we talk about a school, there are good students, there are not so good students, and there are terrible students. Okay, exactly the same happened with teachers, because teachers are not perfect. You know, sometimes when you go to a school, you can find any kind of teachers. Okay, very committed teachers, passionate teachers, very passionate, you know, they are in love. Sometimes you find like grumpy teachers. Yes, grumpy. I'm gonna write down the word grumpy. You know what is grumpy? Amarguetas. Yes. Sometimes teachers, no, teacher, don't worry. Maybe because they are very stressed out. I don't know. But sometimes some teachers are like in a terrible behavior, in a terrible attitude. I don't know why they are teachers. I just try to get another job, maybe in selling empanadas or something like that. But hey, if you want to be a good teacher, you need to change your attitude. Okay, you need to see this like it is, like an incredible reality. Okay, maybe you are not a superhero because you are not using that disguise, you know. Maybe you don't have those wow, super powerful, you know, powers. Okay, but maybe if you are doing your job and you're doing something good, maybe we can change a little bit our society. How? With our students. Maybe if our students get in love with maybe history, or maybe geography, or maybe mathematics, or things like that, computers, maybe, why not? Okay, we can change the world. It's possible, why not? Maybe it sounds like romantic, but it's not romantic, it's reality, you know? All right, very good. So teacher, the most important person at school, teachers all the time are sharing their knowledge, you know, they are giving us all time good information, they are training us for the future, because the future needs lots of knowledge, and they are the givers. They are the givers. They all the time are giving and giving and giving information, and we have to appreciate that. Okay, very good. We are gonna go. Okay, where does this person work? Hey, school. Okay, what does this person do at school? Hey, I already said it. Okay, so you've got the info. Another guys is the principal. Okay, the principal is the headmaster. He's the main guy. He's the boss. He's the main chief. He's almost like the god at school. Yes, you know, these guys got responsibility, you know, charge of the whole school, and he's responsible before, how do you say that in English? My gosh, I say the Office of Education, this person, okay, tiene que dar la cara. That is why the principal, you know, maybe all the time is so serious, you know, all the time. You know, it's hard to find a principal. And a smiley one, I don't know. It's just pretty hard to find. Okay, good. Where does this work at school? At the principal office. And what does this person do at school? Is the manager, the main head of school. Okay, very good. Okay, the other is the vice principal, is the second position, like president and vice president is exactly the same. Some schools got it. Not all the school is depending how big the school is, and sometimes it's so much responsibility for only one person. So maybe the school decide to have a principal and a vice principal. Okay, so this is like the second guy in charge. Okay, very good. You know where this person work, and you know maybe what this person do is the second guy. So he's all the time talking to the principal about the main issues at school, changes and things that they need just to have accreditation processes and things like that. This is huge responsibility. All right, very good. Hey, if you ask me, teacher, would you like to be a principal one of these days? No. Teacher, would you like to be a vice principal? No. If you ask me that, never ever I want to be a teacher all the time. Okay, don't change. Okay, please, I'm not interested. Okay, I'm gonna go secretary. Okay, sometimes the secretary, sometimes they are sweet. Hi, what can I do for you? They are very nice, but I remember the secretary at my school when I was a kid. Tough, tough woman. Gosh, man, I remember when I was all the time at the bathroom and she saw me. What happened? What are you doing outside your classroom? No, I'm just right here peeing, but I'm gonna finish. Oh my gosh, man, she was terrible. It's worse than an angry mom. Yes, worse than a terrible enemy. Okay, that was like the combination of the most terrible things. Okay, I don't know why, but I don't have good memories of my school or private school secretary. All right, but the secretary is that girl that all the time is there for help you with certifications, papers, enrollment, things like that. And if maybe your mom calls to a school, all right, maybe your mom calls and she wanna know anything about you. Sometimes, you say, no, mom, I need to go to school earlier because I'm on a very special project, so mom, goodbye, see you later. And maybe your mom is like, I don't know. I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna make sure. No, I'm gonna call. Just to see. All right, just to see. Give me a sec. Um, Hi, and the secretary. Hi, this is Normal School. What can I do for you? Hi, yes, this is Mrs. Maria. I am Mrs. Maria. I am Nicolas Molina mother. Hi, what can I do for you? No, I just would like to know if maybe my son is at school, give me a second and can you please call me in 5 minutes? And yes, you just wait 5 minutes. The secretary, I imagine she goes back to the classroom just to check, the student. 5 minutes later. Oh my gosh, what happened? Finally, the secretary answered. She said, hi, yes, this is me again. The woman who called, okay, to know about Nicolas Molina. Yes, yes, tell me, is Nicolas Molina at school? No, Nicolas Molina has 3 days that he doesn't appear around school. He showed us at the principal office a paper signed by you. I imagine you are Nicolas' mother, yes? Yes. He gave a paper and he said that he was gonna be out of the city for 1 week. All right, and we didn't find a problem. Ta, ta, ta. You know what's gonna happen when you come back home. Your mother discovered your lies. And the secretary is not a gossiper, but sometimes she is who gives the information. So sorry, but Nicolas Molina is not here for the last 3 days. He just came here at the office showing a paper, who said, and signed by you. He was going to be out of the city for a week. What? That is a lie. So the secretary is sometimes who spill the beans. What? Yes, that is a good word. Spill the beans. What is in English spill the beans? En inglés callejero. Inglés callejero es zafarse, contar la verdad, decir el chisme, exponer algo que no debiste haber dicho porque tú eres un... Right, don't spill the beans. Okay, keep secret. Se ponga a contar los chismes. Mantenga un secreto. All right. So sometimes, people find pretty hard, just to keep the mouth sealed and not to say a word. Sometimes to be a gossiper is exciting. Algunas veces el chismoso se siente emocionado. All right, let's go. And next one is, all right, a special needs assistant. Yes, guys, because when we are at a school, we find different kind of students. For example, some students have problem with reading. They find pretty difficult to read well. And other students, for example, have problem when they want to speak because it's a problem that they have is physiological issues, And sometimes there are professional teachers trained with an special training, and they are at school to help a student. For example, what about if we have a mute student? What teacher? A mute student. Okay, mute is a student who can speak. Tenemos un estudiante que es mudo, no puede hablar. All right, sometimes there are schools who got teacher who know sign language, and there are teachers trained to give a class to mute students just because they know the sign language. All right, so that is a teacher or is an special needs assistant teacher, So guys, it's not so easy. Can you see? Teachers sometimes are superheroes. They do an incredible job. All right, so I'm gonna just move it on. Caretaker. Sometimes in America, American English, because this is British, American people say janitor. Janitor, el que está ahí en el colegio haciendo todo, ¿no? Limpiando, moviendo, abriendo la puerta. Sometimes is the caretaker. Ok, cuida el colegio, sus áreas, mantiene el colegio lindo. All right, caretaker, British English. A American is a janitor. This guy is very important. I already mentioned why. Keeps clean the school. He's got the keys to open everything, and this guy all the time is very important, at school. All right, I'm gonna move it on. Cleaner. Sometimes he's separated. Sometimes they both in Colombia, both things are made by the same person. En Colombia, estas dos cosas las hace el mismo. All right, sometimes. Okay, sometimes we have a guy in charge of the keys and sometimes we have a cleaner. The cleaner, what is his job. And where is he? All around school. All around school. All right, very good. I'm going to show you more. A school cook. Hey, it's important that your teachers like you. It's important that the principal of school like you too. And obviously, it's important that your classmates, students, like you too. But if there a person at school who is very important that he or she likes you is the school cook. Because if your relationship is good, wow, when break time is gone and maybe you're gonna eat lunch at the cafeteria, ooh, you're gonna have a square meal. What, teacher? A square meal. I'm gonna write it down. A square meal. I laugh every time that I explain this word to my students because it's funny. You know, in English, when you say a square meal in Colombia, aquí decimos, uy, me mandé un viaje. Hey, listen, me mandé un viaje de comida. All right? How do you say that in English? ¿Cómo digo eso en inglés? Me mandé así como, wow, bandeja paisa con 3 mazamorras. All right, that is a square meal. When you eat a square meal, you're gonna be totally stuffed. No te metes un viajao. Vas a quedar así como esta palabra, lleno, repleto, stuffed. You know, okay, so that is why your relationship with the school cook is so important. Start appreciating this relationship more than the other people around the school. Hey, because your meal, okay, it's gonna be bigger than the others. Yeah, maybe because their relationship with the school cook, you know, maybe it's not so good like mine. Okay, sorry for them. Okay, very good. I'm gonna just move it. And lollipop person in Colombia, never, ever, never, ever. But you know what is incredible in the United States or in London? Every time that you see a university, every time that you see a school, you see these people with neon. These guys is reflective, you know, and a color that, my gosh, is very catching. It's gonna draw your attention immediately. This person got what you see is like a big stick and round is like a lollipop, like boom boom boom. Boom 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 is called lollipop. And this is exactly like a boom 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 is big. And every time that the students are gonna cross the street, this person immediately jump into action and they just pull the big lollipop in front of the cars and all the cars gotta stop. It's illegal if you don't do it. And you're gonna be charged and you gotta be fined if you don't do it. You know, and this person is so important because he's gonna help you to be safe and sound. Okay, when you try to cross a street, because you know that sometimes crossing a street, especially students, zombies using the smartphone, don't pay attention that there is traffic coming and going, you know, and they don't pay attention because they are chatting, you know, when they are crossing the street. Hey, there are many videos in YouTube. There are many videos in YouTube that shows stupid people crossing the street using, hey man, jump out of a bridge. that is, man, you're gonna make sure you're gonna do it, you know, but man, you don't wanna be, you know, under a bus or a truck. It's a terrible death. You know, your guts spread out on the street. Oh my gosh, man, terrible scene. If you're gonna cross the street, obviously, if you are in the United States, you can be a zombie crossing the street because there's a lollipop person helping you out. But in Colombia, there are not lollipop people. You know, so if you're gonna cross the street, you gotta be very careful because accidents happen at any time. You know, be ready. I'm gonna just go to see if maybe we have another, the school nurse. You feel sick? You've got a fever? You have a terrible cough? You know, you feel like, yes, you feel sick. Okay, so maybe it's time to go to the school nurse. She's gonna check you up. Maybe she's gonna prescribe you some pills. Maybe she's gonna like give you a shot to make you feel better. You know, and this is a professional. All right, very good. I'm gonna just move, guys. Our presentation about places around the school are finally over. Okay, but I'm gonna tell you several things. You know, say, teacher, wow, what? Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. Don't worry. Okay, number one is, guys, be ready. And when I say be ready, is be ready for action, because what is coming every time is more and more advanced. Okay, I don't wanna just you telling me, teacher, you know, okay, please watch the videos again. Watch the videos again. Please, the vocabulary. Okay, keep an eye on the vocabulary. For example, if you see today, maybe we don't have so many words like in some classes, but I'm gonna just show you very quickly some of the words that maybe we could learn together tonight. All right, for example, I'm gonna move, and the first one is commitment. Commitment. It's necessary commitment, okay, to be successful. Sign is when you use a pen and you write down your name. You know, spell out is when you are not accepted at school anymore because you're a terrible student, you are a bully, you don't pass any exam, okay, so you're gonna be expelled out, or sometimes informally, people said in English, kick out. Okay, so amen, don't let be kicked out of the school. Okay, very good. The scholarship, if you are a good student, you get a scholarship to study abroad in Colombia for free. It's not necessary to pay. Okay, IFEX score in Colombia, very important if you want to be in a public university. Troublesome if you are fighting or arguing at university all the time, and so you are a pain in the neck, terrible. Okay, so please, as I mentioned to you, spend your time wisely, because time's not gonna get back. Okay, so do your best, do your best. Don't be a couch potato. Don't be a couch potato, because gosh, shame on you. Shame on you. All right, enrollment once a year, twice when we are talking about universities, to run errands, do several activities necessary for you, pointless. It's pointless. What is the point? You know, I can understand. Grumpy, like some teachers. You know, spill the beans, tell information, tell information. Keep a secret, keep a secret. Mute, mute. Janitor, the person with the keys, you know, opening doors and things like that at school. A square meal, big like bandeja paisa. That is a square meal in Colombia, you know, or a stuff. You know, stuff is when you are like, after the bandeja paisa, you know, say, oh, mom, it's impossible to eat anymore. I'm stuffed. All right, guys, I think we got it again. All right, so next class, all the vocabulary that I taught you to do today, you are gonna give it back to me. Okay, so please, next class, don't be stingy, be ready for questions, and don't forget, guys, that studying is very important for all your information and everything, guys. I'm gonna tell you thank you so much, and hopefully see ya in our next class, guys. I'm gonna say bye-bye. I love you all. Take care and sleep tight tonight. Bye-bye, guys. See ya.
Bye bye, teacher.
Bye,
Bye,
teacher.
teacher. Thank you.
Take
Take
care.
care.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, teacher.